We are working full-time with 3 members of my staff dedicated exclusively to completing, by January, the life coaching certification program, which would be the most comprehensive life coaching majoring in health sciences certification program in the world, affiliated with a major university. It all's going through there, and that will ultimately lead to degrees. More on that later. But that caught my mind because I'm thinking of college and thinking of studying and thinking of brain fatigue and how many people stay up all night on coffee, and unfortunately methamphetamine in some cases, which shouldn't. But coenzyme Q10 can do all that for you. Keeps you mentally alert. When you really have to study or you really have to concentrate and also perform. I counsel a lot of people who are in the performing arts. I have a great deal of love and respect for the artists in our society. I know how much they sacrifice. They are unique gifts to us, and we should honor that gift. And so I get people from Broadway and the Met and every area that I try to help either overcome problems they have or actually enhance their ability to perform. Coenzyme Q10 taken with NADH, let's say 1,000 milligrams of coenzyme Q10 and 100 milligrams NADH, you get out on that stage, your brain literally has more energy. That means that you are going to not have the same drop-off. Your mitochondria won't be lacking in fuel, and the mitochondria provides the fuel. And how often do our performances suffer and our energy lag because the energy is low? Well, coenzyme Q10 is the ultimate energizer to the cell. Here's the latest on this, and again, this comes from a peer-reviewed journal, and this was a double-blind placebo-controlled study from European Heart Journal. Coenzyme Q10 improves endothelial function. Quote, long known for its heart-healthy benefits, coenzyme Q10 offers numerous benefits for patients with coronary artery disease, including enhanced endothelial function. In this study, they took 300 milligrams a day of coenzyme Q10 or a placebo for a month. Now, for those who took the coenzyme Q10, 300 milligrams, they noted an increased production in extracellular superoxide dismutase, by the way, that's an antioxidant enzyme, and improved endothelial-dependent vasodilation. That means your blood vessels widening. Now, why is that important? Because when your blood vessels widen, you get more blood through the vessel. If you get more blood through the vessel, it goes to the brain, to the skin, to the heart, to the legs, to the extremities. The better the blood flow in the body, the healthier the endothelial tissue, the lining of the arteries, the longer you're going to live. The healthier you will live while you are living. Therefore, help your body, help your blood vessels, take your coenzyme Q10. For the women in this audience who have a lack of libido, which is unfortunate, because one of the joys of life is maintaining balance in all areas. And unfortunately today, if you ask most people, there's something missing. What's missing is there is not balance in all areas. So whatever is not balanced becomes unrequited. It becomes unfulfilled. So let's just look at the average person. They're living a grossly imbalanced life. A lot of people right now are depressed because they're financially struggling. I know people, I just counseled a person this morning. I just got off the radio. I do my overnight radio show, and thank you all for listening to it live over the internet from midnight to 6 a.m., 6 hours on the West Coast, but from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the East Coast. You can go to GaryNull.com, and then you'll see how to listen into KPFK, which is a station I've been on for 22.5 years out in Los Angeles for 6 hours. And the number one listened to live internet feed of any non-commercial radio show in the United States is my show at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 and 4. In any case, I was counseling a woman who lives down in Orlando, Florida today. The woman is 28 years of age. She hasn't been able to work in over a year. Her father had a heart attack. She is broke. She has no credit left on her credit cards. She's living in a home that is going to be that is in foreclosure process. She's gone everywhere to look for a job, and she can't find one. She doesn't even have enough money to go out anywhere, and so she is just in a very bad emotional place. I hope that today she feels better and is going to take a different look, because I said, first, understand, as bad as we feel as individuals each day, there are a lot of people, even in our own society, who are in a lot worse shape than we are. There are people living under bypasses in 10 cities. There are people who have children who can't feed their children, can't clothe their children. Children are wearing the same clothes day in, day out, don't have a place to go and take a bath. Yeah, and we're not talking about a few hundred or a few 100,000, we're talking about millions. Officially, as of today, 40 million Americans are in the dire poverty level. I mean, that means real destitution. 40 million. That's an enormous amount. That's more than all the people living in the state of California or New York. That's an awful lot of poor people. And so I suggest people first ask themselves, what constitutes health? What constitutes happiness? What constitutes balance? And then you structure a day based upon what you want to do to make sure that intellectually you want to feed that intellectual part of your life. That means turn off television and turn off most of radio. And don't be reading the average newspaper, because most of it's propaganda, and it's not positively nurturing. It doesn't empower you. My rule is this: if something doesn't empower me, I stay away from it. Because what doesn't empower you will disempower you. There's no neutral. So think of all the things you could do, even for free, that would empower you intellectually. Then creatively. Think of what we could do in a creative way that honors our creative insights and skills each day. Then think and put time aside for that. Think physically. We can go power walking. That costs us nothing. We can work out in a lot of the YMCAs or the gyms that are everywhere. We can do a lot of things, even on a limited budget, for our physical health. We can make positive selections for the food that we put into our bodies. It costs more to eat junk food than it does to eat healthy food. A pound of lentils, a pound of organic potatoes, a pound of brown rice cost 1/10 the price of a pound of potato chips. A pound of potato chips is $15 to $16 because they sell it in 2 to 3 ounce bags at anywhere from $2 to $3 a bag. So you're paying $15 to $16 for a bag of potato chips, and that just gives you saturated fat. But if you look at the other side of that and you start looking at how you can eat healthy, yes, there's an effort, and no, it's not a quick food, but you don't want quick foods. You've had quick foods. And then when we get depressed, we generally eat the worst foods. We don't exercise. We think negative thoughts. And then we create total imbalance in our lives. Then spiritually, think of how much better you could feel if you were to go out and work for a few hours a day helping at a women's abuse shelter, or helping be a big sister or a big brother to a child that's orphaned. Think of what you would feel like if you helped feed people and knowing that you were extending an energy. Remember, everything in life is an energy exchange. So you're exchanging the energy of feeling sorry for yourself and immersed in that depression with feeling joy that you're able to actually help another human being by giving them something to eat. And I can assure you the people you're giving that food to will be very appreciative of the food that you give them. Isn't it interesting how little time and attention we take to appreciating the food, how it is prepared, where it came from, the history of that food, how we should eat it. Eat it with soft music, eat it with meditation music, eat it with no music. Eat it in silence. Take our time. Put down our fork or spoon. Appreciate how it feels in our mouth, the smell of it. Think of how creative it can be when we decide to